Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rita. If you're new here, welcome for the very first time. I would really appreciate it if you decide to subscribe. It's very easy. All you need to do is hit this little red button that says subscribe. It is 100% free and it does help my channel a lot. Today we have one of my favorite face palette releases, and of course we're talking about the Hourglass Ambient lighting palette. I had it upside down. This is one of my favorites, very anticipated releases every year. This is gonna be my third palette that I purchased. It is not a cheap product by any means, but I do love my palettes. I have, like I was mentioning, two from past years, and it is the thing that I purchase knowing that I'm going to use every single one of the products. It is easy. You get all of the Hourglass powders in one little palette. So if you're not familiar with the brand, this is going to be a way that you can try the products, try their powders, and really know why they are so famous. I love their powders. They are this beautiful finely milled powder you can apply all over your face, and it's going to just look beautiful, give you that subtle glow from within look that I just love in makeup. So they did come up with two palettes this year. I got the lightest one in the shade Ambient. The other one is going to be called Universe Unlocked. So it comes with 5 different powders. We'll take a look at the palette in a little while. It's going to be 4 grams of product. It retails for $80. I didn't purchase mine at full price, although it is something that I've done in the past. But this year I wanted to wait for the Sephora VIP sale, just because 20% off over $80 is, you know, quite a good discount. So this is what the box looks like. It's always going to be this beautiful gold, as Hourglass is, you know, known for. This palette is gonna be both vegan and cruelty-free. I don't really consume a lot of vegan products. As long as they're cruelty-free, I'll definitely go ahead and buy them. If you're familiar with my channel or if you're new, I do only talk about and buy now cruelty-free products. I did change, maybe I wanna say around 6 to 8 months ago, so it is a newer journey for me, but Hourglass has been a product that even before I was not cruelty free, I used to love and use and buy from. So now let's go ahead and move on into showing you the application of all of these products, with the exception of one of the blushes. There's 2 of them, I just used one this time. So yeah, let's get right into it. I've had this sitting in my vanity for a very long time, but I wanted to wait until I was able to film. And I don't want to sound super repetitive like I've probably have sounded for the past month of videos, but I was out in Mexico for 2 months whenever I received this. So this is gonna come a little bit late, but I still wanted to just film and talk about it because this is probably one of my favorite releases, like face products that get released every holiday, and this is my third palette and I am so happy to own it. So now let's hope I actually also love it. So box is gonna be the usual gold box from Hourglass. I did get the lighter shade this year. Very nice that they finally listened, a little late, but they finally listened to their consumers, and they did come up with 2 different shades. A lighter that they always come up with, and then a more suited one for darker skin tones. I can't speak for that one because I have never even seen it in person, so I don't know how much darker the shades are. So anyway, I got mine in the shade Ambient Lightning Edit Universe. So it is absolutely beautiful. All I've done is see it, like I just saw and opened it because I did like purchase from Sephora, and whenever I did my unboxing of the haul, I opened it. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It's gonna be this beautiful marble-like pink with gold. It's so pretty. And on the back, it's just going to say Ambient and then the, you know, names of every single shade. I'm not gonna lie, I don't particularly love this tin packaging. Before, they were just a hard plastic. I feel like with it being tin, I do travel with this palette a lot, and I know like this kind of face palettes are easy to travel because you get everything in one. And with it being a tin packaging, this can just very easily get, you know, bended and just lose its shape. I don't know, I don't love the packaging because of the tin, but I love the color of it, and this is probably way easier to recycle once you're done with it than the plastic ones that they used to do. So anyway, it just says Hourglass on the very edge, and whenever you open it, you have the huge mirror that you can very easily just do your full face with that, which I love. And then you get 5 shades, so a very big finishing powder. This one is going to be in Infinity powder, and then you get 2 blushes, 1 bronzer, and then 1 highlight. So the blushes are going to be it's gonna be a Strove blush, so this one up here, and then you've got the bronzer, which is gonna be next to it, and then another blush, which is also going to be, oh, this is just gonna be that blush, just Luminous Rose, and then a Strove powder, which is this one, which is the highlight. Anyway, let's go ahead and try it. I'm gonna do first my finishing powder. My face is basically done, except for my face products. So I do need some finishing under eye on my under eyes. So I'm gonna grab my usual powder brush, and this looks a little bit pinkish, so we'll see. I always like to finish my makeup with a finishing powder. This is actually very pink. Okay, it is giving me a bit of a pinkish shade on my face. I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to pick it, but I can see that. I don't know if I like this just yet. I think I'm gonna have to keep using it. I think it's a little too pink for my liking. Let's move on with bronzer. I'm gonna be using my big stipple brush by e.l.f. and this is the bronzer in the shade Glistening Bronzer Light. So I'm just going to start applying this, just kind of like a little bit of product, and then on my forehead, just to give a little more definition. I do have everything except for these products, so full face is done. Now a little down here on my jawline, and then of course to define the cheeks. I always like to add a little bit of bronzer just in the center of my nose and kind of bring it on the sides, just to create a bit more of an actual, more realistic bronze, as if you were outside with the sun. This is a very pretty bronzer. I really like it. I feel like it gives the perfect amount of definition, but it's not going to, you know, even though it's not like an actual contouring powder. But yeah, very pretty. Next, I'm gonna be applying my highlight. That's just the way I like to do my makeup. First I go with bronzer, then highlight, and then blush. So with this Real Techniques brush, I'm just going to go into the highlight, which this is going to be called just Strove Powder Supernatural Strove Light. So let's just pack my brush on both sides, and I'm going to apply this on the usual sides. That is very pretty. You can see the highlight right there, and I feel like this is a good product to kind of like build up without looking greasy or like you're way too highlighted. That's what I love about Hourglass, because even though you apply more and more, the powders are still so subtle that they'll give you that beautiful glow you're looking for, but it's not going to be kind of like those harsh lines. And now for the blush, there are 2 blushes. One is going to be the Strove blush, and then one just a regular blush, like the regular line. One is Vibrant Heat, which is gonna be number 2, which is gonna be this one. That one is the Vibrant Heat Strobe blush, and then the one at the bottom is the regular blush, just listed as Luminous Rose. Okay, so because I'm going with more pinkish, like I've got this pink sweater and then my lips are pink, my eyes are also a little bit pinkish, I think I'm gonna go for the Strove one. This one I feel like it's more, kind of like more mauvey compared to this one that's very bright pink. So I'm gonna go with this Eco Tools blush brush, and just going to dab this in the product. I think that was a lot. Okay, and I'm going to apply this on the apple of my cheeks and just bring it down like back on the face just a little bit. This is very powdery, I just noticed, so as long as you're kind of like careful if you're using this, I think it should be good. But once again, Hourglass powders never really look heavy or, you know, like too much. They're always like the perfect intensity and the perfect glow. Look at how pretty. I really love this blush. Oh my goodness. So we're all done with the makeup, and I really love this little palette. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm gonna actually love the all over face powder because I feel like it might be a little too pink for me. I have to test it out more, but so far, just, you know, overall looking at my face on the mirror and on the little viewfinder, everything just looks so pretty. I feel like the makeup is like that perfect, glowy from within. Like every time I think about what is the makeup that I can recommend someone that they want to go for that glow from within look, just Hourglass powders just really come to mind as like the first thing, because they are so natural but so glowy in the most beautiful, subtle way. Like I was mentioning earlier, like even if you kind of like keep applying product, you're still going to look like such a natural, glowy makeup, which is kind of like my favorite kind of application. It's gonna be easy, it blends so nicely and seamlessly into the skin that you can just kind of like apply without really even looking at the mirror, and your makeup is just gonna look so flawless, which is what I love this powder. So anyway, you guys, I feel like Hourglass now is definitely stepping into the right direction. I'm so happy that this year they released 2 palettes, because this is not going to be a palette suited for darker skin tones. It'll probably be suited for maybe 2 darker skin tones than mine, but before, this was their universal palette. They would just come out with 1 palette every year, which was just a joke because a lot of skin tones cannot use this palette, and that is just not okay. So the fact that this year they did come up with a darker one definitely shows that after many years they listened and they're trying to step into the right direction. I know it's not justifiable, and this brand did get a lot of heat because of that and many other things, but honestly, I like the brand a lot and I will support it because it is cruelty-free and it is a luxury cruelty-free brand. So you can't really argue with the fact that they're cruelty-free whenever a lot of brands are not. But anyway, I'm glad they're doing things right finally. If you do have the darker palette, let me know how you like it. If you're like a darker skin tone than mine, did it work for you? Just leave it in the comments down below because I'm very curious. I haven't even seen that palette, so I really don't know what it looks like. I just saw it online, but it's definitely not the same as whenever you have it in person. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like always, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It is very helpful for my channel. All you need to do is hit the little red button down here that says subscribe. While you're at it, be sure to also hit the little bell so you get notified every time that I upload. I do post twice a week, and during this week of or month of December, I will be having a couple extra uploads per week. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!